This is the Insta360 Flow, and here are the 5 coolest things, plus why it's the perfect iPhone 15 gadget. So when I first got this, I was like, oh cool, a gimbal from Insta360, but it is so much more than that. And right before we jump in, if you do decide to purchase the Flow, make sure you use those links down in the description because you will get a free light accessory when you do so make sure you use those. So for starters, this is a gimbal. It stabilizes on 3 axes and will add an extra layer of stabilization to your video and give it that nice smooth gimbal look that people try to replicate with $1,000 gimbals. But I mean, iPhone footage is fairly smooth, so there obviously is gonna have to be some more reasons for you to buy it than just that. And that's where it comes to this thing's first major feature, and that is the AI tracking modes. Now this is incredibly accurate, and when I got this and started testing it, I was just like, okay, but then when I realized just how amazing it was at just keeping me in frame and keeping it all smooth, not doing any jerky movements, I was really impressed, and I just started using it more and more. And yes, this thing can do AI tracking like no other gimbal I've tested yet. Okay, but I'm sure you've seen other gimbals that do both of these things, but now we come to the differentiating part about the Insta360 Flow. So not only does it have an extendable rod like other gimbals, but it also has a built-in tripod. And for me personally, I never used any of the other gimbals I had because once I got it all set up, I literally had to hold it, and if I wanted to set it down, I would have to bring an extra tripod with me that takes up more space, is less compact, and is just kind of a pain to have to screw on every time and screw off every time I want to take it off. Insta360 Flow, it's just built right in there, and that is so nice. And right before we get to the 2 coolest things about this gimbal, I just want to mention this is compatible with almost any smartphone that there is. However, I've been using it with the iPhone 15 Pro, and I will tell you, it makes this camera system so much more powerful. And yes, it is the ultimate iPhone 15 gadget. Okay, the 4th thing about this gimbal is quite interesting. So when I've gotten a gimbal in the past, I, usually had to charge it up, and it was just kind of like, okay, it's another thing to charge. You have to bring a tripod with you. It just felt like, okay, just forget it. I'm just gonna use my iPhone. It's just use it handheld. However, with this, it brings another element because this is a battery bank. It can charge your phone, and what's really cool about this is sometimes you might go outside to go film something, and you're like, oh man, my iPhone battery is almost dead. Well, with this, you can charge your iPhone so that you can go out with an empty battery and still be able to film and be able to film for longer because you're not restricted by battery. So this really does make your iPhone or Android camera better because you can take more photos and videos. But now we come to the biggest thing about the Insta360 Flow, and that is the app and the way you get to it. So with most gimbals, you put your phone in and then you open up the app and you connect your phone. This one, you snap your phone on, you rotate the thing, it automatically turns on and gives a prompt on your phone to open up the app. So much easier than having to go scroll through your phone, find the right app, hit it, and then go connect to the gimbal. It's just Insta360. Amazing job there. But then when you get into the app is where you really see where Insta360 just put a lot of time and a lot of thought. So you have all these modes that you do not get on your iPhone, like cinematic mode, which puts a widescreen effect on it and slaps on a color grade, which actually looks pretty good. You also have many more modes in there, but my favorite out of all of them is 360 mode. Obviously, because it's Insta360, they had to throw a 360 photo mode in there, so you can take 360 photos with your iPhone and this gimbal. That is actually adding functionality to your camera, something your camera cannot do by itself. Okay, so the Flow is a great product. However, products like this can be expensive, and if you're looking to decrease your monthly costs, then my partners over at Mint Mobile have you covered. They have phone plans starting at just $15 a month, and there are 3 major perks to Mint Mobile. First, there is no hidden fees. Most companies will try to get you looped into some phone plan or whatever, and they'll charge you a bunch of extra fees you weren't planning on. This is prepaid, and there's no extra fees. The second thing is, obviously for $15 a month, you're not getting unlimited, but what happens if you run out of your data? Instead of charging you a bunch of money, they just give you slow, unlimited data, which is super nice. And the third thing is, for $15 a month, you will get it unlimited for your first 3 months if you use those links in the description below.
Hey there, it's Ryan Reynolds, owner of Mint Mobile. Enticing, right?